Uh, I got company. Justin's in the living room. He and Robert are working on our subwoofer for our sound system because it hasn't been working in weeks. And Robert's been messing with it all day long. I've just been, let's just say, uh, I have been crazed, just up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And I'm not used to that. And it's been rainy, and Robert has been upstairs, and he usually tries to stay out of my hair just a little bit. Just a little bit. Tries to stay out of my hair. So they got music going in the living room. Samantha's hiding in our bedroom underneath the bed. It's just something all the time. Just something. But my hair is not doing right today. Anyway, it's all fly away. And I'm a nervous wreck. But it's tea time. I got my cup of tea. Y'all, if you haven't gotten your tea, get it ordered now. Get it ordered now. Because we're going to be running out of it in just a few days. Just a few days. Because y'all forgot about it until we dropped the price on it, and now anyone else having problems with the app? My internet is working, but the app isn't working. Well, I don't know which app you're talking about, but all apps get updated. In fact, I updated 30 apps on my phone today. Used to be streams having there's activity issues going on right now. My I checked the speed of our internet earlier today. It's doing well, but I just had a big yellow flag jump up on my screen. So who knows what's going on? I've got the stool in here because Justin's here, and he said I might pop in, so I will have uh, a guest host. But it is a cluster mess in here, cluttered mess. And he was going to help me put up a new backdrop because I don't like this one. I don't love it. If I don't love it, it needs to go away. I mean, we may put up the old one that is the shiplap. I like the shiplap, y'all. I really like the shiplap. That means I have to totally rearrange the whole office if I do that because it does best on this wall. Anyway, so get on in here and I'll tell you a story. Let's see how many people we got. I got 61 people in here. So it's Wednesday, anti procrastination day. We talked about hotspots this morning. You know, hotspots are just procrastination portals where you dump stuff because you don't think you have time to take care of it. And I want you to establish a habit where you put things away instead of dumping them. Mess. I was just admiring how nice and tidy your kitchen looks. This is not my kitchen. You see this line right over here? That's the edge of a backdrop. I don't know if I it it's it's just a picture on a canvas that's hung on my wall. Yeah, it's just a and so we're rearranging things and it's getting to me. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about. I cleaned off my desk so it looks good. And Justin said I need to get a second shirt in here, so I need to change shirts so I don't do two shorts at the in the same shirt. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, but I want to tell you a story. Many, many years ago, when Michelle and I were flying everywhere, we had 1 month. I think it was the month of October in 2008 that we were only home 8 days that whole month. Only home for 8 days that whole month. We had a big event in Dallas and we went to New York. I mean, we were all over the country. And we always planned to be somewhere a day ahead of time. The FlyLady Plus app says internal server error. I've been seeing that on a couple of things today. On True Social, it said internal server not responding. So it may be that we can. It'll straighten itself out. I know Monday we had a lot of cyber attacks, but going back to my little little story, we had a we were just traveling everywhere, and we always tried to go out a day ahead of time so we could be rested and ready to go. But that schedule was pretty tight that year, and we went to the Asheville airport, and the flight we were taking out to get to Atlanta got canceled. Just canceled. People were going nuts. And I'm reminded of this from my nephew Alexander. He was in coming back from Costa Rica a couple of days ago, and all the flights got canceled just out of the blue. And he got the last two tickets on a flight. He said, all I got to do is get to Atlanta and I'm good from there. You know, he could rent a car and drive, he could do lots of things. And his mom could even go down to Atlanta and pick him up. It's 2 hours. So he while everybody else was at the desk complaining, I gotta get there, he quietly got on his phone and found the last two tickets from where he was to get to Atlanta. And that's called patience, just patience. Well, we watched this poor flight attendant at the desk be swamped. I mean, a plane from Asheville to Atlanta probably holds 100 people at most, maybe not even that many. And she was she was so patient and so helpful to these people, just helpful. And finally, after everybody got served, I went up there, and at the time, we had a pen that we sold called an I'm So Proud of You pen, and just a writing pen. And I handed it to her and I said, You have the patience of Job. And so she helped to rearrange our flights. I said, We're not in a hurry. We always travel a day ahead of time. This is that grace we give ourselves, not to be panicked over anything. And so she fixed us up. I think we were going to Salt Lake City or somewhere. She fixed us up. And we got to Atlanta. We have to change planes to get on another plane. And when we got our other boarding passes, she had booked us on first class tickets on a 5-hour trip. First class tickets. I had never flown first class before. And it was all because we were patient and we complimented her on her patience. And she rewarded us. We had favor with her because she put us in first class tickets. And it was nice. I don't even think Michelle slept on that flight. She just wanted to experience it. She was the first one to usually fall asleep. But we had done something nice for her just by being patient, and gave her an I'm So Proud of You pen. And she was just the sweetest thing ever. I never got to thank her because I never saw her again. And she put us in first class seats. You know, only a gate attendant can do that. And it was just precious. Just precious. So, y'all, never miss an opportunity to bless someone when you can. think Justin's coming back. Come on in. I don't know if you can get in here. You may have to move our bag of old questions. There's no.
Hello, everybody.
Let's see if we can get it up higher. There we go. Yeah. He's not usually that much taller than me. He's 6'2", but he's sitting on a step stool. Y'all get it fixed?
I think it's just old and it's got some issues, so we might have to do a little upgrading. So, but I've got some marching orders and see what we can find out.
Okay. You got chewing gum.
Yeah.
It's wadded in there. We don't get on camera with chewing gum. I've seen some people that do that, and it's just not. You got it?
Yeah.
Got a place.
Anyway, how is everyone today in FlyLady land? It's good to see everybody.
They've been wishing Aunt Patty happy birthday.
Yes, big birthday today. What have y'all been talking about so far?
Well, I told them about the time our flight got canceled, and they upgraded our tickets from Atlanta to Salt Lake City or somewhere to first class.
Oh, nice.
First time I'd ever flown first class, and we were happy flyers.
I got to fly first class once. Flight got upgraded from one of our fly conferences, and I was meeting the family out in Arizona, and I had never been on first class, and I was on the front row of this big airplane, first class. But there was an older gentleman that was sitting beside me, and he looked like he had done first class quite a few times. And he goes, "Have you ever been on first class before?" And I go, "Is it that noticeable?" And he goes, "Yes, it kind of is." And he goes, "Well, I got a couple of different things I'd like to recommend that makes your first class trip a little better." He goes, "As soon as the flight attendant comes on board, she's going to ask you for your drink order. Make sure you get a double bourbon." And I go, "Okay." And he goes, "She's also going to hand you a warm, I guess washcloth." And he goes, "It's very nice. You can pat it on your face and you can put it on your hands." And I was like, well, so he kind of gave me kind of a heads up, but apparently this guy was quite the drinker. He ordered a double right out of the gate before the plane even left. And then when she came back around, as soon as the plane got up in the air, he ordered another double of bourbon.
Wow.
By the time he got off the plane, well, he instantly fell asleep for the whole flight after that. So he was sleeping.
I can do that without alcohol.
So.
Wow, that's quite the story. Quite the story.
See, it has been a dreary, rainy day here in Western North Carolina, and got a little more rain coming our way. And but hopefully,
are there any storms across the country? I saw a read come live about something in Oklahoma, southern Oklahoma.
It's not too bad right now. There's a big blob of moisture around us, and then there's some snow in the Rocky Mountains. And
I'm tired of snow. Threats of snow.
Oh, who cares about everybody else? They're enjoying that out there. They'll get to ski till August now. There's places in California on the Sierra Nevadas, close to Lake Tahoe, have was it Mammoth Mountain? They've had over 210 inches of snow this season. Some houses are totally buried in snow. It's even hard for them to get their to run the ski lifts because so much snow has come up that the bottom of the ski chairs are like hitting snow, and they're having to plow it out. So it's pretty wild.
That's freakish. I just know I'm ready for springtime. I'm ready for flowers.
Yeah, there's my tulips are still alive, and they didn't die from the big freeze. I've got several tulips that are really pretty hot to take a picture.
Anita says it's raining in Waynesville.
Yep. Actually got some more coming here. Yeah. What's everybody having for dinner? I don't know what we're doing for dinner tonight. We had taco tostadas. It's kind of like having taco night on Tuesday night last night, but we did tostadas. we have these little metal bowls that are wavy looking that you can put a tortilla in and bake it, and it turns your tortilla into like a taco salad shell.
Oh,
And then you can make your taco salad in it or whatever. And we tried some of those last night. Really good, really good. It's it's just something different to put your taco meat in. But I don't know. I get tired of the same old thing. I like to just kind of mix it up a little
but
bit.
really, the Mexican food is just how you wrap it up.
Yeah, it's either in a corn tortilla or flour tortilla, or it's just by itself, or it's on a salad, or it's on a plate of tortilla chips. And there you go.
So let's see, somebody saying chicken and wild rice, chicken and veggies, BLTs and home fries, beef stew and potatoes. Oh,
Soup and
yum.
sandwiches. That's
Beef
always
and
good.
broccoli uh, with the plan.
Hmm.
I
Black eyed peas and cornbread. That sounds like a country meal.
Yeah, pizza.
Yeah, I like pizza night. Pizza night's always good. I made my homemade chicken ranch nachos the other night. That was really good. On big old
Sage is having sushi.
sushi's good. I could probably go for sushi on a rainy night like this. I like the wasabi, and I like a lot of raw fish stuff like that. We eat a lot of ceviche. I think I said that right. We like to eat that sometimes out at restaurants. I do the shrimp ceviche. It's actually they call it. It's cooked in lime juice,
Oh,
kind of, or cooked with salt, kind of thing. But it's raw, but it's extremely good. I'm always a fan of raw food. I like that. I like oysters and that kind of stuff. So raw fish doesn't scare me
one of the
any.
sickest you've ever been is after an oyster.
Oh yeah, it can happen, but it didn't. I
I
still
like
like
them
it.
steamed.
If you got anybody down here from on here from New Orleans, it's crawfish season down on the lower Gulf of Mexico down there, and it's a great time of year to get your crawfish. They're coming in like crazy right now, so they're a lot of fun to eat, and it's a meal that takes a long time. You probably actually want something else with it, but crawfish are really good. So I haven't had them in a long time.
I know when you met Emily, she she liked her crawfish. Well, her dad's from New Orleans.
Hmm. And
Oh,
this is the time of year in the spring when the crawfish come in like this. They'll have a big old kind of like mud bugs as you go. The mud bugs are coming in, and they're just like little lobsters. But yeah, they're good.
Terry Kay did a video the other day about going grocery shopping and shopping the sales, which I thought was really good. I hadn't shared it yet, Terry, but I can find it again, or you put the link in here for everybody. Um, you're welcome to put the link in for everybody because she did a great little video about grocery shopping. And tomorrow's question and answer day, and it's also the day for you to get some groceries in the house.
If you haven't cleaned out your fridge yet, you probably should.
Uh,
I typically do that on Monday night because trash day is Tuesday morning at my house. So I'd like to get all the old stuff that we might not have eaten out the door, which is it's always such a sad thing. It's dollars down the drain or in the trash bag when you see what you don't eat, what has spoiled and stuff like that. But I've got a lot of venison. I killed a nice deer back in fall, so I've got a lot of venison in the freezer, and we're going to start to do a lot of different meals with the venison as the main protein.
Somebody, you were telling me that your friends had venison lasagna the other night.
Yep, my friends invited me over, and they had it's like a really nice lasagna that you would get like at an Italian restaurant, but the meat in it was ground venison. So.
Did they mix it with any Italian pork or anything?
Nope. It was just straight up venison. So somebody from 50 miles south of New Orleans.
We
Love some crawfish, wonderful seafood in South Louisiana.
well, maybe
Yeah, I've been meaning to go down there fishing. My wife's uncle lives down there, Uncle Darren, and he is a builder, and he loves to do a lot of fishing out there on all those creeks and all the water that's inshore from the Gulf, and he loves catching a bunch of redfish and sea trout and you name it. He tears it up whenever they go down there.
The app you're talking about is not our app. It's Alexander's app. And so Patty's in here. She'll tell him that it's not working. So maybe he's a programmer. He knows how to do some things. So we'll see what's going on.
Well, anyway, if you haven't heard, our FlyLady tea is on closeout, and we have it at a closeout price, and it's $9.95. And you should get it ordered. There's I don't know if we've ever said, but there's 100 tea bags in each bag of this stuff. It's 100 bags, 100 little tea bags that are in each bag of this. And
that's 3 months worth if you had a cup of tea every day.
We've got regular and we've got decaf, and it's the same flavor each way. So,
and we always warn you about the decaf. It's sell by date.
The best by date has come and gone, and we're about 6 months past the best by date. But it's tea, and it's in a Mylar bag, and it should last for years. But if you really like it, you'll probably go through it pretty fast. So. Anyway,
you looking at the comments
for the tea again?
TG says his fridge is cleaned out. What's the link for the tea again? Justin's right here, so we can't put it in there. And Patty may be at some museum.
Hang on a second, I'll put it in here. So
anyway, it's you can go to the fly shop. Shop.flylady. She did. Okay. There it is. There it is. That's for both the teas.
Anyway, other than that, we're just trying to. We've got another new announcement. Our Chaos to Clean book, which is the hot pink book. This one. Right?
No, it's behind us.
The Chaos to Clean book, which is Chaos to Clean in 31 Baby Steps by Marla Silly, the FlyLady, which is this lady. It has been out of stock for quite a while. We got these back in stock, and if you're looking for a great book for somebody getting started with the FlyLady system, and it's a true beginner's book and breaks it down into 31 easy baby steps. It's back in stock in the fly shop.
Yeah, it was a fun book to write. We divided it up, and all of us wrote a section, and it was fun.
And yep, see. Anyway,
I got a secret for you. If it's time to clean out your refrigerator and you don't want to put it in your trash yet, put it in a Ziploc bag and freeze it, and put a big red X across it. And when you freeze it and put a big red X across it, you can throw it in the trash the next trash day. You got to put a reminder on your phone to do it.
Oh yeah.
Or you'll be left with this in the freezer and you're not knowing what it is. Well, it's got a big red X on it because it's not. It's trash.
No, we don't, Lori. We don't sell the carpet sweeper anymore. We might be able to get it again one day in the future, but it was just gotten really expensive to get it over here, and we really wanted to be able to try.
There weren't a lot of ships moving either.
No,
there's been a breakdown in.
It's not, because of all the supply chain stuff. It's just not feasible right now to be able to get those.
There's 2 apps. There's the FlyLady Plus app, and then there's our FlyLady Messenger app, and it's only for
iPhones,
iOS. Really wanted the carpet sweeper too, yeah.
Well, we might be able to have it again one day, but there is
things that got to calm down.
Yeah.
In the world.
We've got a couple other items one that'll be back in stock real soon is the kitchen scrubber, and we should be launching that again here pretty soon.
I think I got one up here somewhere.
Make mincemeat with the venison. I only ate it once as a child. No, I haven't made that. I've got several different cuts of the venison. I've got the tenderloin, the backstrap, and then I've got several that's cube steak. and then several that were made into smoked sausages, which are really good. I mean, they're tremendously good. And I got a whole bunch of it, probably like 25 pounds of it, made into ground bacon burger with the ground venison. And the venison's so lean that it doesn't, when you grind it up, it doesn't patty up very well. But they grind it with bacon, and you got a venison bacon burger, and it is phenomenal. It sticks together really well to make a nice big patty. And
I
it's
know
really
you've
good.
taken the venison loin and wrapped it in bacon before.
Yeah, the tenderloin. I mean, it's the filet mignon of the venison, and it's not as big as like the filet of a cow, but it's still, it's pretty good size around like this. And typically, I mean, on a big deer, it would be like maybe 2.5 feet long. So you get two of those, one on each side of the spine, and it's tremendously good. But it's very, very lean, and so you kind of need to. So I like to bacon wrap mine. It insulates it, keeps it from cooking too bad, and I pan sear it first, and then I try to smoke it for a little while, and it still cooks really, really
About
fast.
200 degrees.
I try to smoke it about 225 to 250 on a smoker, and but I like to pan sear the bacon first, so the bacon gets a little extra sizzle and crispy, because nobody likes limp bacon unless it's in mom's baked beans.
And it's fried crisp.
And it's fried crisp already, but don't feed me limp bacon. I want my bacon crispy. That's just how I am. It's like I've got a favorite little brewery in town that has they sell beer and all that stuff and craft beer, but they have an appetizer, but they put bacon in a pint glass, and they call it a pint of bacon. They got like 10 sticks of bacon
on skewers.
No, it's just it's fried, and it's really crispy, so it sticks straight up. And they call it a pint of bacon. Get a pint of bacon with your pint of beer. But the bacon is phenomenal, because
we wouldn't have
brown sugar bacon or something.
We would not have any economy in Transylvania County if it weren't for craft beers. It's craziness, because we lost our paper mill 20 years ago.
Over 20 years ago.
Yeah, and I was a commissioner at the time, and it was horrible. It was horrible. But finally, people started realizing we have really good water here.
We have really good water here. And water is great, and it's really good for doing anything you like to do with an adult beverage, whether you ferment it or whether you distill it. There's a lot of distilleries that are in these mountains now that never used to be. This used to be a pretty well dry area, and now people like the water. The water is great for drinking, but it's really good for making beverages. So there is a craft soda shop that's over in Waynesville, and they make some of the best sodas that you can think of, because it's made with this really good water around here. So
what bodies of water? It's
coming out of the earth.
Spring water.
Spring water. So it's all these streams that feed
the French Broad River.
Feed the French Broad River, or the Pigeon River, or a lot of these other different rivers around.
And it's pristine in our state. It's pristine in our county, because nothing hits it. There's no manufacturing.
This is the headwaters.
We are the headwaters of the French Broad River. I used to live at the headwaters when I lived up in Balsam Grove.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do to the venison. You're going to put it in a crock pot or anything like that. I've seen people soak it in like a cooking red wine. I've seen people soak it in like a really vinegary barbecue sauce. I've seen people soak it in like apple cider vinegar mixed with a bunch of other spices. I think
Granddaddy used to soak his in buttermilk.
Yeah, buttermilk is really good for breaking it down for a while, and then you just get
buttermilk works for chicken too.
And and if you don't have buttermilk, use sweet milk or regular milk with lemon juice. That turns it into buttermilk. So always remember that, all you cooking people out here. So make your own buttermilk. It's pretty easy, especially for marinades. Or for a biscuit recipe,
any marinade
milk and lemon juice.
Has an acid in it and something salty and a little bit of sweet. All marinades have kind of that combination.
Yeah, I always like Hill's Meat Company. It sounds like a nice place to visit. They got great bacon. Yeah, I would love to. Man, that would be really good. We've got a couple of different meat places around here. There's one not too terribly far from my house, and there's one over in Henderson County, and they're always they do a really good job on social media with, I think, the people that like meat, because once you like them, like they're always posting it's like, oh, our special this week is like some special bacon and like a cut of this steak or whatever. But yeah, it's almost time for us to be for me to be on the smoker or the grill a lot. So, and I've been doing a lot of my meat cooking. I've been doing it on cast iron now, and it's really, really good. And I got a sous vide cooker
2 years ago,
two years ago, and I've done whole beef tenderloin sous vide style, and then
explain to them what that is.
so you can Google it or DuckDuckGo it or whatever, but the sous vide is you take the meat, you put it in a bag, and you put it in a big pot of water, but the water never touches the meat, it stays in the bag, and so it sinks down. And the sous vide cooker thing is in this big stock pot, and it has the ability to keep the water temperature at like 130 to 137 degrees. And so it keeps the water temperature warm, but not to where it would cook. But you're slowly bringing the internal temperature of the meat up to like a medium rare. And then once you get it to, and it'll hold it at that temp for 3 to 4 hours. So you can just put it in there, and as the internal temperature of the meat rises and rises and rises, then once you get ready to cook, you can either put it on a grill or put it on a screaming skillet. And I've been doing it on a screaming skillet. And then you just kind of, I'm doing like maybe a third of the whole beef tenderloin at a time. And so you just put olive oil in there, and the olive oil almost catches on fire because the skillet's like 700 something degrees. And the cast iron.
I don't cook that high.
I mean, you just put the olive oil in there, and it's all of a sudden it's like pouring gasoline on a cast iron skillet. And then it's like, and then you put the meat on there, and then you just turn it. Each side takes about a minute to a minute and a half, and then you just keep rolling it. And then after about 2 or 3, 4 minutes, that is done. And the inside is pretty well medium rare. And the closer you get to the edges, it's more medium to medium well. So if you got a lot of different people that like, in your family that like their meat, a different way to cook, then you could do it that way. So you can please pretty much everybody with that way of doing it. That's how a lot of steak restaurants cook their steaks, and they have them prepared so fast,
ready to go.
It's ready to go. They do it in the sous vide, and then they just say, "How do you want your steak?" And you're like, "I want mine medium rare," and they're like, "Well, it's already medium rare. I'm just gonna slap it on the skillet for 30 seconds and throw it on your plate." But like it's a little bit longer, if you do it, like a medium. So.
Okay, so Jessie says she's a vegetarian, but she could listen to Justin speak forever.
Well, I have got a lot of vegetable recipes. We do a lot. So one of my favorites, I do
the sliced up Brussels sprouts.
I do the Brussels sprouts with a balsamic glaze on there on the grill. It's really good. I also do the well, it's not really, I guess, vegetarian, but I wrap prosciutto around my asparagus. It's really good. I mean, it's like, and then there's another one that is with the asparagus is it's phyllo dough with Parmesan cheese wrapped around asparagus and baked. And it makes asparagus just extremely, extremely good. The only problem is when you eat asparagus, people are going to know you ate asparagus because when you go pee, it smells like asparagus. So it's like, it's a telltale sign you've been cheating with asparagus. So,
oh well.
So anyway, but yeah, it's a lot of fun recipes. My favorite way to do any type of vegetable is probably deep fry. Whether it's French fried
you got
potato,
that from Granddaddy.
French fried potato, and I started doing this last year when we were doing our fish fries on Friday because it's Friday, so why not have a fish fry on Friday? So we do. I was getting these sweet potato tots, and they're tiny, and you can deep fry them in no time, and they are so good. And I typically only use 100% peanut oil. for that. And you can use pretty much any oil, or you can put them in an air fryer, and it would be great too. But I like to do that. It's really good. That peanut oil is phenomenal, especially for fish. And like during our season of Lent, a lot of people don't eat meat on Fridays and stuff like that. But fish is good pretty much any time. I mean, I could eat fish.
He's got a
all
freezer
the
full
time.
of fish. They go fishing, and he just puts fish up and fish. He's been cooking fish his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he was a teenager, he'd help Granddaddy cook fish.
And shrimp is good too. You can fry that, and I mean, as everybody knows that like shrimp, and you can get it a lot of different ways. But frying is really good. Boiled is really good in like a big shrimp bowl. So
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, lots of good things out there to do. It's like check out my channel on the FlyLady page. I have a lot of different recipes of some fun things.
Oh, I got a
like
fun story to tell you about Granddaddy. One day I was helping him make hush puppies. He was teaching me how to make hush puppies, and he had stirred up the batter and had it. I can see his little pan. He had a pan for everything: a pan for making biscuits and a pan for making hush puppies. And he would take his teaspoon, and it was a long-handled teaspoon that he used.
Mm-hmm.
And I stirred it up again, and he said, "You just ruined my hush puppies."
Oh yeah, you can't stir hush.
You can't stir hush puppies. You make them heavy.
You mix them until the mix gets good, and you stop and you cover them up.
He
with
would
a paper
chop
towel,
up some onions in it, and they just kind of rise a little. And he would take the teaspoon and put it down in the oil, and get the teaspoon hot. And then scoop up like you would scoop ice cream, but gently, and it would roll onto the spoon, and then he would drop it, put the spoon in the hot oil. I had to be like
350 to 375. That's about as hot as you want to get the oil.
And he would just take it and just let it roll off the spoon, and it wouldn't stick to the spoon or anything because the spoon had hot oil. The spoon was hot.
Mm-hmm. And a hush puppy's great, especially for people that are gluten free. Or anytime I do a fish fry, I only use like cornmeal, so it has no gluten in it. But the cornmeal's so good. I mean, it's one of my favorite ways to do. If you've never breaded chicken in cornmeal and you always just use flour, you're missing out. Fried chicken in cornmeal is awesome. It's
now,
so
I
good.
like cornmeal on okra. I always put a little buttermilk with it.
I'm not gluten free, but I love cornmeal. I mean, I just love it. It's so good. I mean, you can deep fry pretty much anything in something like that. I've even done I've done pancake batter for deep fried Oreos, and that's really good. And the little mini Snickers, roll it in pancake batter, drop it in your peanut oil. It only takes like a minute and a half, and you pop those things out. Cornflakes are good too. Yep, definitely. So there's lots of good recipes. But you can get on my channel on the FlyLady page, and
his playlist, and
my playlist has got a lot of different.
He's done a fish fry,
recipes.
Pizza,
fajitas, cheeseburgers. So lots of good things. I still need to do a chicken ranch nacho one because they're just my favorites, especially when we're in a big season of sports, like we're in college football season, or like now we're in March Madness, and everybody likes to get together with people and have like party food or wings or something like that. But this weekend I'll probably do some smoked chicken wings because I've been craving some smoked chicken wings, and I love deep fried chicken wings. They're awesome, but my smoked chicken wings, they're
have you got to use your Brookstone griddle yet?
Not yet. I'm still.
You hadn't had a bunch of company.
Yeah. Check out the pizza video. It's really good. But yeah, everybody get ready for their dinner tonight, and all the meals that they've got coming up for the rest of the week, and even for the weekend.
It's not a page. It's on our FlyLady channel, and it's Justin's playlist.
Mm-hmm. Well, the cornmeal is not sweetened. If anything, it's spicened, if that's a word. So it's a little extra spicy.
You're like your mama. You make up words.
So it's spicened. So we like to have little cayenne in it and some other things. So, but yeah, it's really good. And every now and then I put what else I put? Sometimes I put a little oregano in it. Just weird stuff like that. It just makes it taste good. So anyway, but yeah, hope everybody's doing well out there.
Patty just posted a link to your
Oh, there you go.
playlist. Yeah. Well, y'all have a good good rest of the evening. You want to close us out with a prayer?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Move my hat. My hair is a little messy here, but our dear Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for today. So thankful for all the people that could join us today for the afternoon tea time talk show here, and just ask that you lay a special blessing on my mother and the way she's able to reach people and help so many people out there. Lord, be with everybody that's struggling right now during these tough times, and just help us to be able to continue to help people get their homes and lives organized as we go through each day. Help them to be encouraged by the small little accomplishments that they actually do and get done. And then all these things we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
And amen. So y'all be good, kind, and sweet. Be good to yourself by knowing what's for dinner, because that's for you, knowing what's for dinner. Be kind to others by putting dinner on the table at the same time every night, which is always, they get used to that idea. And then let the joy and sweetness that is in your heart that comes from the good Lord show the world who you are, a child of the only living God in the universe. See y'all later.
Good to see everybody. Until next time.